Well, hello there, this is Tony. Thank you for joining us here at Coolest Life. Bet you're wondering why I'm holding my hand up here like this. Partly because I've already removed the screws and I'm about to drop it down and show you what's on the inside of this AC unit, because I'm going to change the gasket around it. I don't know, I've got a little bit of a leak on the inside and I don't know whether it's coming from outside or what it is, so I think the gasket needs to be changed anyway. So while I got it apart, I'm going to change the gasket. But this video is mainly about just how to change a gasket. So I'm just out here living the coolest life. How-to edition. Well, this one here is pretty easy to cover for it. It's got 4 screws. You can see them right here in the corners. Maybe. You can see that one right there. There in the corner where my little finger is, and of course there's one there. But once you do that, you drop it down, and what you're going to find is a lot of them, if they have a little button like that, it's going to have a cord hooked to it. I hit myself on the head. It's going to have a cord hooked to it, and that cord right there is going to be attached to that cord right there. So you basically just disconnect it, and what you find is the inner workings of the AC. There's 4 basic screws that hold this frame in. So you get the frame here. You get the frame here. It goes all the way around. There's a screw here. There's one here. And these are, I think they're 10. They're not 10 millimeter, but they're common size. And this will actually peel off. This whole may drop down. It may be attached to an inner frame here, so maybe it won't drop down, but I'm going to find out in the middle. But the one thing it is going to do is it's going to loosen up your air conditioner. This is actually my air conditioner sitting on top of my roof from the outside, and what I'm going to replace is this gasket right in here. I've got a square gasket. We'll show you in a minute once I get on top. Well, from the top, really all I did was put my fingers under the edge here and pick this thing up and lean on its side. And it's fine to lean on its side as long as you don't have the thing on. Don't do it while it's on, obviously. From the inside, I disconnected this one here, which was my main power cord. But what I found out is I've got a primary cord here, this yellow one here, going all the way in there. And I am no electrician, and I am not going to disconnect that. So what I am going to do is I'm going to I peeled off the old one, which is this one. It looked just like this. I peeled off the old one, and it's really smooth. It's really got a good contact surface. I think it's got maybe a little bit of a film tape right in here, which I'm not really all that worried about, because one, it's a little sticky, but it's really clean. So I like the fact that it's clean. These screws here are going to kind of poke through the membrane, and if you'll notice how much thicker this one is, it's actually going to press all the way down. Did you catch that? It's going to replace all the way down. Always somebody with a diesel pusher trying to go past me when I'm trying to record. Never fails. Anyway, so I'm gonna put this on there. I'm gonna put that glue on here. Probably it's going to be like in this area here. So I'm gonna put the glue. Once I break this, my split's gonna be like right in here somewhere. And then I'm gonna stick it back together, and I'm gonna fold this back down, and away we go. Well, from the outside, what I've done is I've laid it back down, as you can see, because, well, that's what this is. This is the bottom side of my AC. So I put it back down, and you can see how much thinner this is. It's thicker than the last one, but it's still I've squeezed it down a whole lot right here. And you want to basically make sure that it's even all the way around. So if I've got it, you know, 1/4 of an inch here, I need to make sure, and I need to make sure I'm 1/4 of an inch on the front side, right up there. You can see that's a little thicker. It's actually bulging in just a little bit, which I'm okay with. Another thing I've noticed is I've got some space here. The best thing to do with this is to make sure it's as sealed as possible. So I don't want any cracks whatsoever. I mean, a little crack like that's one thing, but I don't want any gap that I can stick my finger in like that. I'm gonna need to prop this up or put a frame in here, because I don't, or maybe even put some putty in there, something, so that this either sticks to the sides and reforms. This will happen because of where? It's happened because of water. I mean, gosh, it's an air conditioner. There's got water issues. You're going to have water issues. I've also got a hole right here that I could take my finger and stick it straight through here and come all the way out here. So I need to make sure that I got something in there so I don't have air going there, because the more efficient you make it, the more efficient it will be. So that's a key there. I'm also, once you put that on up top, from down here I could center it, because I know that my padding is where it needs to be, because I can still move this that way or this way, but I can do that from inside. I don't need to do that from outside. And then once that happens, then once you get it center where you want it to be, then you just screw your screws in there, and it tightens everything right back down and sandwiches it just like that. Well, that job's done. So what did I run into? I ran into a couple of things. One was I put everything back together, and I could hear power going to it, but nothing was spinning. So I put my AC on fan only, and it wouldn't spin. Turned it off. I tried to spin the wheel from the inside, and it wouldn't move. So that was telling me something was keeping it from moving. Went back up on the roof. Luckily, I had not put the big shroud on, because it's such a pain in the butt to get on and off. But I had the shroud still off. I spun the fan and realized the fan was hitting the shroud that goes around it. And this is the fan cooling the condenser, not the fan that's blowing inside. But anyway, that fan that cools that condenser is also the same fan that runs my blower that blows air into the RV. But I noticed it was touching the shroud. So obviously, through deductive reasoning, because I'm so freaking wise, well, maybe not, but deductive reasoning tells me that when I put it up on its side, it probably bent it. And sure enough, it was bent that side ever so slightly. So I took it and basically bent it back, pushed it back that way in the direction it needed to go, because it was just rubbing it. Sure enough, it centered up just fine. Put the shroud back on, turn the AC on, and it is blowing like a champ. I'm glad I was able to go up there and fill up any of those holes that we had around it. So there was no issues. So those kind of things can happen when you're moving things, and if you don't have if it had been a brand new AC, that probably wouldn't have happened. It wouldn't have bent at all. With this being, it could be 12 years old. Yeah, it could be 12 years old. I wanted to make sure that I bent it back like it was supposed to be. So we're all good there. I put some extra insulation in the dividers to make sure they were nice and tight. So this thing's gonna work like a champ for years to come. Be sure to check out my other video that I have as far as how to maintain and clean out the inside of the air conditioner. I believe I did one on that. If not, I'll take that thing apart and do one. I've also got another one upcoming where I had an issue with a fan in my back, my Fantastic fan. I had to replace the circuit board. It's actually not that hard. It's not that hard. It's definitely something you could do. I'm gonna let you go here. Be sure to like and subscribe, as it says right up there. Like and subscribe, and send this to your friends that may be RVers and really like to get some new subscribers. I've got 680 or something like that right now, so we're moving on up. Ooh, maybe in about a year, but if you're looking at this video, you'll see us way over that. I hope it is. Get this information out to more people. So this is let me let you go. Be sure to like and subscribe, as I said, and you are now leaving the coolest life, how-to edition.